I'll slide this over here so y'all can see exactly what type of person we dealing with. This is what we dealing with.
I hope you go over there and get your little brain all scrambled up.
When I explain it to young women interested in getting in the business, I run by all the reasons why I think maybe they shouldn't first. And then we try to surface to why I think they should.
What's the reason? Now we got Mia Khalifa here. So she say that she got some words for the U.S. military. Let's see what she got to say. Now, if you don't know who Mia Khalifa is, she's an adult actress. Actually, if you was to just if you was living under a rock, nah, I gotta put military too, because we don't want nothing to pop up that, you know, that's wild. Whoever did this AI art is a goat. Let me slide it over here because she be doing too much. I want to show y'all something. I just want to show y'all what type of person we talking about, because I think that's going to be like super important. I'll slide this over here so y'all can see exactly what type of person we dealing with. This is on her Twitter. This is what we dealing with. Nothing is shown, nothing is crazy, nothing is popping out, but you know, this is the type of person that want attention. And then this is a woman that entered the adult industry, and when she entered the adult industry, then left it. I think she was the highest paid or something like that of that nature, and she did that in a very short time. That show you how desperate guys are. I think it was weeks, maybe even a month. I don't know, but it was a very short time, and she was like the highest paid, or she the highest gross, because she said she was underpaid. But we're gonna get into that one too. But this one, she got some words for the U.S. military. Let's see what she got to say.
Good morning to everybody who is sitting at home and not on soil that doesn't belong to them, fighting a war for a country that doesn't care about them. I hope you go over there and get your little brain all scrambled up with PTSD and then come back here and see how much the United States cares about you, Pookie. See how much they care about you when you come back with, oh, I'm so sad. I piss my pants every time I see a falafel stand in Manhattan. Let's see how much the VA cares about you. Let's see what they tell you to do with your little broken brain from going over to fight a war that's not yours.
Two things can be true at one time. The first thing that could be true, U.S. veterans are not treated right. And they go over there and fight wars for whatever the reason they fight wars. And, you know, they do it for a country. However, the same time, they fight wars so she can do whatever she feel like doing. Because I believe she's from Lebanon. I think that's where the beef stemmed from. Fairly close to Israel, I think. I ain't no geographical dude. But on a map. It's next to Syria. Yeah, I was right. See if I can. There we go. So we got Israel down here. And we got Lebanon right here. And I believe something is going on with the military, and that's her hometown. Keep in mind, what I believe, this is the crazy part, that as she criticizes the U.S. military, they're the ones that give her the right to be able to do everything that she does. She cannot go to Lebanon and do whatever she's doing here. The success she's gained is because U.S. military soldiers go out there and do whatever they have to do so people here can have whatever we have and do whatever we want. So two things can be right at one time. We also got to get into the character of Mia Khalifa. Let's get into her character.
Mia Khalifa, who also used to do OnlyFans, and now all of a sudden she tells people not to get into the adult industry, even though she has benefited from the adult industry. So she still posts,
which is crazy, and this is an important thing to say. Her name is not even Mia Khalifa. I don't even think that's her name. I think that's the name that she got from the industry. So although she goes and she bashes the industry, this is the same person that kept the name from the industry, because she knows that's the money maker. She knows, so she did it, and she's trying to leave and bash the people, but then keep the name. Why not just go back to your regular name if you actually did a change? But there's gonna be more interesting stuff on that in a bit when we get to the other video of a guy interviewing her and her basically laying it out exactly what she did in the adult industry and tried to frame it like she was forced to do it. Using those words, we'll see how, you know, future things was happening. I think it was 3. I fast forwarded right here so we can try to see what type of relationship type of person she is.
Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at this game. Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage, married at 25, divorced at 28. Third engagement, engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes. We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people. Marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork. It's something, it's a commitment you make to someone. But if you feel like you're not getting anything from that commitment and you're trying, you gotta go. You have to go. I know it's difficult to fill out paperwork and to make appointments and to do all of these things, but this is your fucking life. Do you want to be stuck with someone? Period.
Then what's the point of getting married if that's the case? If you're not going to stay in your commitment and you're not going to do whatever you have to do, then what's the point of staying married, right? But this is the person that's giving advice to other women. This is adult film stars. The thing about adult film stars is like, why on earth would you listen to them? People that have a good life, a nice life, that's level-headed, that have an understanding of whatever the world is, are happy at home, they have nice parents, they have nice people around them. They don't go and gangbang, and they don't go in there and sell their body online. They just don't do things like that. Somewhere in your head, you had to get messed up. Because if you're born pure, somewhere in your head, something had to twist up. And that's not only for adult actresses. That's also for rappers. That's also for the dudes like that. Speaking of rappers, Lil Durk just got arrested on federal charges. Oh, yeah, boom, there you go right here. He just got arrested on federal charges. Him getting arrested on federal charges proves the fact that, you know, like, these people be degenerates, and they'll bring the degeneracy to everybody around them. And then they'll spread it. But then afterwards, he changed his life. So just of recently, I think he turned Muslim, and he was like, I'm done with all the street stuff. You're not going to be hearing that in my music anymore, X, Y, and Z. Maybe he knew this was coming. Maybe he didn't. But the moral of the story is, people like him do things, and then after they've done their thing, they repent while they're telling you to go do that, or insinuating to you that that's okay. That's the type of person that Mia Khalifa is. What's her name? Lisa Ann. I seen this one too. You can't even search these people's name without seeing something wild. Let's go to this video.
Is it difficult for you to date with your history?
Yeah, it's not an easy task.
How do you navigate that?
You think?
It's not an easy task. I don't really navigate it. This is a tricky situation. It's a failed attempt. So I have men in my life that I enjoy and that I trust, and that as long as they're single, they're in my life, whether we have dinner, whether we hang out at my place. Those are my friendships. There's one person that has been woven in my life for 13 years. He's truly the one person. He's my person. He's my number one person. But there's moments where I kind of shut him out for a period of time because I'm being stubborn about something. As you see me turn the necklace, that's when you know I'm telling the truth.
Yep. You see, I could see the age of her hands and her neck. This is all aging. So you have somebody that you can actually do something with, but you choose to be a headache because of whatever trauma you had. In other words, she's self-sabotaging herself, even though she knows that her past is not the best.
But I just saw him last week, and when I see him, I'm the most comfortable in my skin with him. He has no issues or qualms with what I've done. He looks at me as self-made.
He has issues. No, he don't look at you as a self-made. He has issues, because if he could take it away, if he can get a woman that didn't have that and have that, he would definitely choose the woman that never did whatever you did, 100% of the time. If the guy is trying to make you feel good, because she's probably a nice person, don't mix that up. She's probably still a nice and a good person. 100% he has a problem with it. He just not man enough to say so.
Success story. So it takes a lot to meet somebody that sees me that way. When I explain it to young women interested in getting in the business, I run by all the reasons why I think maybe they shouldn't first. And then we try to surface to why I think they should, if we get there.
What's the reason?
Their family, their friendships. But I tell them, for the rest of your life, every man you meet is going to want to be with you, but they're not going to want to be with you.
Ding, ding, ding.
But it's real.
Yeah.
They want to be with you, but they don't want to be with you. They don't want to be your emergency contact number. They don't want to bring you around their family. They don't want to have you around all their friends. But they want to be with you. So that is a real thing. And so I never thought that the internet would happen. When we were on film, we were living double lives. Nobody knew who we were. Then the internet happens. I'm like, okay, double life no more.
Damn, no double life. That means you old as you was in the grave. Damn. Before the internet.
And it's tricky. I can't meet a stranger. I can't be on a dating app. I meet people through people. I meet trusted sources through my friends. And usually, we'll hang out for a period of time. I've tried, so over the past 3 years since I've been here, I tried dating seriously twice. And the first time, 6 months in, I found out he had a live-in girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so he was lying to me the entire time.
Good job.
And we've made it past that. We're cordial now. It is what it is, but I confronted him on it when I found out, and we had this conversation. That's not. But then it made me feel more human, because it was my first time dating as a regular woman and looking at myself as not being in the industry anymore. And that's a normal thing that happens to women. Yeah. So I was like, this is relatable. This is a different level of trauma. This lady is traumatized beyond all means. What are you talking about? I mean, she has this dude. She has these dudes, and she's so comfortable with being with, I'm not gonna say random men, even though they're random men, but I want to frame it in a way that she's open to being with different men that she don't know. She's fine with that. And then expect some dude to want to accept her with everything else that she got. All the other baggage that she got, she wants a dude to accept all of that. And I'm like, all right, what's the prize for him? If you're doing everything with the other guys, and I know the one thing that guys want the most is purity. As pure as possible, even if it's not, like, the likelihood that you get in a virgin now is probably not going to happen, but you want it as pure as possible. But if you already gave yourself to people on camera all crazy, I don't even want to know what her videos ever looked like, 30 years ago, even though she probably do it now, but she look old.
So whoever she is, I don't even want to know what those videos look like. But I could imagine if she's still kicking, she did some stuff, right? That ain't no starfish laying on your back, ooh ah ah, right? She was in there. It's supposed to get what? Because not only you did it on camera, now you're doing it off camera. So men had you on camera for next to nothing, right? No commitment, no nothing. But even if he could get it in his head, he could say like, all right, well, you did that for a job. But then off camera, you did the same exact thing. You was with men for nothing. And then now you want to put me in the category where I have to pick up the slack for every other man. So these guys don't have to take you out and take care of you and care about your feelings, but they get the, they get to be there with that. They get to do all of that. And then now when I come, I have to pay for it. Do this sound like a man that has any form of self-esteem or could get a better option? No, definitely not.
I feel like one of you all. I feel so normal now that I've been cheated on. Like, this is so great. And then the second one, it was a couple of months, and I realized that I ended that because he complained too much. So now I've got someone who likes me, who doesn't care about my past, who isn't judgmental, and this could have been another good fit, but he complained all the time. And like, don't complain about work when you're not working anymore. Don't complain about work late at night. Like, if you want to have a talk, we'll do a walk and talk in the park, air your shit out. But if it's late at night, we should be having sex or watching a movie, and you're still complaining. I just can't. So I'm not lonely. I don't feel a void. But
That's
I would say, it's very important that somebody look at how difficult.
That's a lie. And a lot of these older women, people that make bad decisions will always say that they don't regret certain things because they already did it. And the only way they can live through their life is to say that I don't care. We all know the kid where something bad happens, or let's say if we all had our ice cream and we get our ice cream out the truck and then he was playing and his ice cream falls. He'll be like, I don't care. I don't care about that. And like, then he start going into how they got money, although everybody over here on welfare and got food stamps and everything. In Section 8, he gonna be like, I don't care. I got money. I got the new sneakers. You ain't got the new sneakers though. Like, we don't care about money over here. I don't care. But he gonna go crying in the house for sure that he dropped his ice cream. This is the same thing that these women are doing. They're saying like, oh no, it don't matter to me. I don't really care about that. I'm not lonely. Yet, think about it. They're not lonely, but they're always dating. They always want that same thing that you get in a relationship, but they're not lonely. This is why she could play with her necklace and say, oh, the guy, I have this guy. It's like, this is my somebody. And the only reason why she could say that to him, because she knows that she can be a rebel, and any guy that's willing to accept her past is probably not a stand-up guy, right? So he's willing to take everything that she has and be like, all right, I'm cool with this. And she can act like a rebel and he'll always be there. So she can step on him like a doormat and know that she has a place to go back to after she goes to somebody else's home. She can come back and step on her own doormat. That's the only reason they say like, oh no, I'm not lonely. Technically, you're probably not, because you technically got a boyfriend on demand. That's why.
It is to date, especially when you're someone as popular as me. I'll meet somebody and I'll think they're cool, and then I realize they're way too much of a fan for me to be comfortable having sex with. Or they'll bring up a bunch of other porn stars that they know, and I'm like, okay, we're done here. You're a fan. You should have been in line at Exotica. We're never gonna spend time alone together. But it's a thing, and there's a security issue. You have to always be thinking about your safety as well, and that's something that you're always compromising by being so well known one way. Yeah. But yeah, dating's kind of tough. My fingers are always crossed that 13-year-old guy is the guy that's in my life forever. Not 13 years. I say 13 years. Oh my God, please delete that. I mean, 13-year guy. There's been a guy in my life for 13 years.
Which proves my point. I just said that guy's in her life for 13 years. She can leave and come back, leave and come back, leave and come back. That's the only reason why she said she's not lonely. You're lonely because if that's the case, you would never come back to that person, or you just wouldn't date at all. Usually people that's not lonely be by themselves and happy to be by themselves, ecstatic. But you want to be by yourself in moments, you want to be by yourself, and then want to have him to pull whenever you want to pull. That's any human being will want some type of space and then want to be with somebody. It's just that she pulls him when she feels like it. Other people can't do that, because if you're with somebody with any type of self-esteem, that's just not going to happen.
And, when I met him, I felt that with him. I felt like this guy's going to be in my life forever. Yeah. And it just so happens that every year I tell my friends, like, no, this is the year where I'm not going to see him anymore. And I'm like, well, we're going to do another year of this. And he was just with me for 3 days. We had a great time.
That's enough internet for me today.